Hi, I'm Councilmember Bridgett Lewis, and as we are starting to wrap up Black History Month, I'd love to have a conversation about how I became the first female Black council member for the city of Torrance. It started about 2 years ago, and I had a friend that's currently on council that says there's going to be an opening coming up, and we think that you should apply for it. And I never thought that I would get into the political realm. I had finished serving 6 years on the Civil Service Commission here in the city of Torrance. Torrance had been great to me, and I wanted to figure out a way to give back more. So I applied, went through a very contentious process, and was actually awarded the seat. And then in 2024, when the elections came, I ran for office and officially became the first Black female council member ever elected to the city of Torrance. It means a lot. It means that we have gotten to a place where everyone is accepted. We have the most diverse council we've ever had here in the city of Torrance. Each one of the seats that we have, all 7, and that includes the mayor's seat, are held by people of different backgrounds and nationalities. And that's the first time that that's ever happened in the city of Torrance. Sometimes it can carry a lot of weight, but you know what? It's the responsibility of people understanding your story, knowing how you got there, and more importantly, showing them how they can do the same if they desire. I'm so excited to be able to represent the city of Torrance during Black History Month at El Camino. You have a lot of students there that may not be sure which direction they want to go for their careers. They never thought that politics would be an important part or how they can fit into politics. And I just want to tell them I share your same story. I've shared a teacher or a guidance counselor telling me that I may not want to consider college or I may want to do this in my career. And for me to be able to pivot and end up where I am now, and more importantly, be able to be a representative and to show other people how they can pivot if they want to, it's so important to be able to do that. It's also important that we have people that actually see diversity. It is important. It is a mixture of who we are as Americans, who we are as citizens of Torrance. And the ability for all of us in the city to be able to represent so many diverse cultures is important. Little girl Bridgett Lewis would be like, what are you doing? We never thought about doing any of this. And I think that's what the most exciting part is, that you can be those things that you see on TV. My grandfather and I used to watch the news together after school. That used to be our time. He thought it was important, and he told me, even when I was in elementary school, you need to know what's going on in the world. Never in a million years would I think I would be one of those people that would help craft policy. And just looking back at little girl Bridgett sitting there with grandpa waiting on my mom, because she used to be an after school teacher, and I'm looking at all my elected officials on TV, and for me to be one now, it's something that I would never imagine, but I would never give that up either. It's so important. It's some of the most critical work that I do, and I really, really enjoy doing it. I've actually broken 2 glass ceilings locally. I'm also the first female and the first Black person to ever hold my job as a Homeland Security Manager for the Port of Long Beach. It's the largest seaport complex in the United States, and that's another career path that I never thought I would be on. So being able to have 2 different positions at the same time that are breaking glass ceilings, not only for gender, for females being in that position, but also for race, it is so meaningful, and I don't take that for granted. And I always want to show, no matter who you are, how to do that, how to do the same things. So for all the people who are deciding what you want to do, you know what? It's always a chance to start out on one career. You can pivot and go to something else, or you can actually combine what you do. I never thought in a million years that both being a politician as a city council person and being in Homeland Security, that those 2 paths would connect as much as they do now. And so you can do both. Never plot your life to the point where if you go down a different path, you feel like you didn't accomplish something. If you need to pivot off that path, it's because that's what you're supposed to do. That's where you're supposed to be. And it may not make sense to you at first, but believe me, it will make sense later to you in the end. Also, find someone that can help you down your path. Ask for the mentor, ask for the friend, ask for the advice. Some of the best advice that I've ever gotten was unsolicited for people that I was afraid to ask for advice from. So find that person that you can talk to.